Welcome along, everybody. Welcome along. Racing previews and me, Mark Fanning. We're back to bang. Thankfully, we got on the score sheet today with two nice winners across both meetings. First winner was in Glorious Goodwood, and the second winner was in Galway. We're just going to recap Galway for a minute. What an epic day's racing. We kicked off with the Colin Quinn BMW Novice Hurdle. And a very nice winner we're seeing here, lads. Adrian Keatley coming back over to his homeland, and Gail Marler, who had a host of wins in the UK, but it was very hard to judge that form. But shown today, that is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and won by an impressive 10 lengths in the hands of Henry Buck. Great to see Adrian Keatley having these winners. Most of us know him from having flat winners, but just shows when he gets the ammunition what he can do. Things dried up for him a bit in Ireland, and he went over to the UK, and he is a yard in red hot form at the minute on the flat, and now winning the listed novice hurdle around the Galway Festival. It's a fair feather in his cap, so fair dues to Adrian Keatley, and definitely a horse with a bright future with the way it won today. Then we went to the second race of the day. That was a beginner's chase. Our selection, Merlin Giant, was second, but an ultra impressive winner here. The company's Gent, 6-4 favourite for trainer Dennis Hogan, and Rachel Blackmore. Dennis Hogan targets the festival every year, and great to see him having a good winner. This horse wasn't winning without merit. Had some nice runs, and there's some nice horses form tying in, as we can see later in some of the races that we preview. But it's great to see Dennis having a winner here. A very good trainer, and Rachel Blackmore coming in for the ride, of course. Donald Miner, who normally rides. The winner had to ride the second for Emmett, but what a substitute he got with Rachel Blackmore, and yeah, won well. Then we went to Philly's Maiden, and this was won by Aidan O'Brien and Wayne Lorden combining for their second winner of the week and their second maiden winner of the week. I was very sweet and bubbling. Went out to 13-8. I said the one that might chase him home was Paddy Toomey and Billy Lee, and that they did. A very impressive performance from the second horse alone to finish only 5 lengths behind the winner. The winner had a run, as I said last night, and I just think that the experience was key, but take nothing out of feet. I know bubbling won by 5 lengths and very impressive. And this filly, should I say, has definitely a bright future ahead. Wayne could barely put her up passing the line and was still a bit babyish and green. So, yeah, definitely two nice ones there we've seen in the Phillies Maiden. Then we went to the 7 furlong Maiden, and I said that last night that even money I thought was way too short for Dermot Wells' favourite, and drifted on the day out to 4-1, ended up 130, finished fourth. I said we're going to take him on. We went for an each way selection. Future Cutlet around 8-1 last night, finished second at 6-1. But the ultra impressive lucky out, there was nothing lucky about this performance. Thomas Mullins and Shamie Heffernan combined here, backed and well supported into 7-4, and ran out a 2 1/4 length winner over our selection back in second. A horse with a nice future going forward, I think, and be interested to see where Lucky Out goes next. Then we went to the feature race, the Colin Quinn BMW Mile Handicap, and this went the way of Joseph O'Brien, and young jockey that's making a name for himself and really catching my eye, and that is Wayne Hassett, local to us here down in Tipperary. But I like watching these younger riders progress, and Wayne is definitely a jockey that's learning and improving every day he goes out, and he's in a great year with Joseph and a great mentor to him there, learning his trade. So gave this horse a very nice ride, had a nice draw and made use of it. Could have easily went out maybe and made too much use of him, but set him behind and took his time, and then he obviously had a willing partner. But yeah, I thought it was a very good ride, and in the colours of Kevin Blake, that was Mexicali Rose. So our selections were down the field, but the back markers are very messy, and you need a lot of luck and running, but there was nothing unlucky or lucky about the winner. A very good performance on the day. Then we went to the penultimate race on the card. It was a 7 furlong handicap, and this went the way of the UK raider Richard Fahey trained Oshinor ridden, coming back over to Irish soil. Ridia, 130 favourite, well supported, beat Exusio Joe by a head. And then the final race on the card, Clear Quartz. We selected this Mark Fahey trained runner last night at odds of 20-1 in the hands of Ronan Whelan and Julia Burridge beating Speckle Meadow by a length and a half. Ended up 12-1. Very happy with that performance. Definitely a horse for Galway. And that concluded Galway's action. Of course, we also previewed Goodwood last night, and it was a cracking day's racing there. We opened our account on the first race of the day with the Johnny Murtagh trained Ben Cohen ridden Take Heart. We selected him last night at 14s, ended up winning at 7-1, beating Effijar by a neck, but I think there's still more to come from this Take Heart. A nice prospect going forward. Second race on the card was the World Pool Vintage Stakes Group 2 over 7. This went away to Charlie Appleby, Will Buick combined Amora City, beating a selection that I thought one to watch was Wolf of Benedoc, ended up 14-1, and he had a nice run in second, a nice horse to go forward. Then we went to the Lennox Stakes Group 2, and this was won by the classy audience. When he puts in a performance, really stamps his authority, and was a 4-length winner. Bar Power back in second for John Gosling and Rav Havlin. And then we had the feature race in the card. This was the Al Shabab Goodwood Cup. Over the 2 miles, Group 1, and as I said last night, Ciprios, I didn't see how he could get beat. He didn't get beat. He was super impressive, I thought. 4 lengths doesn't tell the story. 8-13, I thought was a super price. And we did say Sweet Willem was the one to run him home. So hopefully maybe people got the forecast. A very good second was Sweet William. That was our preview for today. Now we're reviewing what we went through yesterday. Now I'm going to go and just solely focus on Galway over the next 2 days. I'm actually not going to be able to come on for a few days. I'm going to be away for a few days. So this is why I said during the week I was going to preview the Galway Hurl and the Galway Play together. So I'm going to jump straight in, and I'm going to touch on tomorrow's racing, and then I'm going to touch on Thursday's racing as well. But tomorrow we have, of course, the Galway Play to look forward to, and that is, of course, the 7-10, which is the 5th race in the card, as the feature races have been in these even fixtures, and then Galway Hurdle Day, which is Thursday, Ladies' Day, and that is a day meeting. But we're going to preview all races on tomorrow, which is Wednesday. It's actually probably touching Wednesday now. I'm going to kick off with the first race on the card. This is the Tote.ie maiden hurdle over 2 miles 5. 23 runners lined up here. And there's 2 joint favourites here. Don't Stop the Music from Martin Brazel with JJ Slevin in the saddle, and My Great Mate for Willie Munn's Paul Townend. I'm going to side with the Martin Brazel combination and JJ Slevin in the colours of Sean and Bernadette Mulryan, who we've seen down through the years, but more prominent in the latter couple of years with some very nice horses. And I think this lad could be another one to give him a nice winner on a good festival meeting. This son of Cave Tara actually made his debut over hurdles in Leopardstown in December 2022. Had a mediocre run that day, and then was switched into bumper company, which is sometimes you see that when trainers feel like they have a good horse in their hands and might have been thrown in the deep end, they might bring him back to bumper to try and get him to have a nice education going forward. And this lad actually came to Galway last year at the festival in a bumper and was a very good second behind I Will Be Bay. Then went to Punchestown and a 19-runner bumper at the Punchestown Festival, and absolutely hosed in by 6 lengths, beating Carl River in the hands of Derek O'Connor, who'd know the time of day. So for me, I think now back over hurdles, the vibes are good. I hear he was actually working last year with fast or slow. My brain went a bit slow there. My brain went a bit fast or slow there at a minute, but apparently he was working with fast or slow and was putting in some nice performances in his piece of work with him. So shows he's a good horse. And I just think I'm going to side with the Martin Brazil. Don't Stop the Music in the first. Then we're going to kick to the second race. This is 2 mile 6 handicap hurdle. I'm going to go for one of the big odds here. Just a small interest in this race. It's a bit of a head scratcher of a race. I thought the Pádraig Roach runner, so they tell me will take the beating, but I'm going to go side with Park of Kings for Paul Nolan. Connor Stonewall's taking the ride here in the colours of JP McManus. Had a very nice run, I thought. On his 3 starts ago in Leopardstown in a 3 mile handicap where he was 5th at 22, only beaten 7 1/4 lengths by Maxim. Was fancied then in his last 2 races, but he's running Punchestown. He made a bit of trouble and got hampered. I think that cost him the race. And in Killarney, I just think there's more to tell the story than Killarney. So at 20 to 1, Connor Stonewall takes a valuable £5 off a 6-year-old. Down in 11-2, Connor takes the 5 off his back. JP McManus. I think this leg could be banged thereabouts, and definitely in the top 4 or 5, which you will get each way on the day. And at 20 to 1, I'm willing to take a chance with Park of Kings. Then we're going to go to the third race on the card. This is a Mayor's Handicap Hurdle, 22 runners declared. I'm going to keep this one simple. I like Willie Mullins's Mount Saini here with Paul Town taking the ride. A very nice winner in Clonmel, 3 starts ago, over 2 miles 3. Paddy Mullins rode her that day. And I just think 7 to 1 here still represents a bit of each way value. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. So yeah, I'm going to go for the Willie Mullins runner here, Mount Shiny. Then we're going to go to the 640. That is the 4th race on the card. It is a 3-year-old plus fat maiden over 1.5 miles. Qualified riders. And I like one here. Number 18. Joseph O'Brien trained Showdown with Tom Hamilton taking the ride. A very good amateur rider. I thought this daughter of an Italian, Nathaniel, gave a good account of herself in Killarney, and Mikey Shee rode her that day. Was only beaten 4 1/4 lengths in a maiden, and I just think she'll come on a lot from the run. There'll be Tom Hamilton is worth a couple of extra pounds in these amateur races, and I think she could be thereabouts around 8 to 1 at the minute. The warm favourite is Redwood Queen for Charles Burns, Ray Barron combining. They'll be very hard to beat, but I just think I'm going to take a chance with Joseph O'Brien's runner in the 640. Then we're going to go to the feature race on the card. This is the Galway Plate. What a race this is, lads. It's a race I don't even need to introduce, but it's a race where a lot of us horse racing enthusiasts, or anyone of us that are getting involved in horses or are around racing fraternity, are lucky enough to remember down through the years. And one of my fondest members was Ansar, definitely a horse that tweaked my interest, for Dermot Weld, who won the race back to back in the early 2000s. Was been once down with some greats down through the years, great jockeys and great trainers and great horses. Yeah, I like Authorised Art, sweet and Authorised Art here each way. Danny Mullins combining here with Willie Mullins, 2nd in the race last year, behind Ash Tree Meadow. I think he runs £5 worse off, but has only ran twice since. No, has ran 3 times since, and I just think he could be still primed for the run. Run last year puts him bang in the mix at 12 to 1. I'm going to take a chance. And the other one I like as well is, it's an original selection, Mr. Policeman for Willie Mullins, Paul Townend, in the colours of Susanna Ritchie. Very impressed with this horse's performance around Thurles when winning the Pierce Maloney Memorial. beating the company sergeant who won. As I said, we're going to tie in some form today, who won today. And by all accounts, Dennis Hogan had it in his head for to run the company sergeant here, but he hadn't had won a chase, and he wanted to give him an easier task, which he did today, and we've seen what he done today. I think that this ties in well, so I'm going to stick it originally. I'm going to take two William Mullins runners against the field, so I'm going to go for Mr. Policeman each way and Authorised Art each way. One that could outrun with for massive odds is French Dynamo from Mouse Morris, who has a knack of winning these big races. Darrow O'Keefe, I'm a big fan of Darrow O'Keefe. He's a great horseman in the colours of Rob Corr at 28 to 1, 33 to 1. I think he could outrun his odds. But for me, my two main selections each way are Mr. Policeman and Authorised Art, and maybe a little squeaky each way euro on Mouse's horse. Then we're going to go to penultimate race. This is a 3-year-old handicap over a mile and 12 run here. One of 14 to 1 that tweaks my interest drawn well is Buttermere Ridge. Won on debut in Gorn in April. Willie was bullish enough about him after the race, said, and that was on soft ground, said he prefer nicer ground, he's going to get that. Came back to Gorn then and was beaten 4.5 lengths by Trust Your Instinct, and then was not impressive in Killarney, but I think his debut run and his second run are enough to put him in the mix here at an each way price of 14 to 1, and still a lot more to come from this gelded son of Profitable. So at 14 to 1, I'm willing to take a chance as a nice draw. Billy Lee rides Galway better than any jockey, and Willie McCreary knows one to put one in a handicap. Then we are going to go to the final race on tomorrow's card, which is Wednesday, and this is a 2-mile handicap. One that takes my interest is a horse that we tipped on the first day that didn't get a run over hurdles, and that is the Dennis Hogan Rayami. Back on the flat, Joey Sheridan, fine young rider, and at 20 to 1, you're going to get 5 places. I think you'll do a lot worse than putting him in your each way look 15. Has some nice form and some nice races, and I fancied him to run well in one of the hurdles earlier in the week. Didn't get in, he was a reserve, so it's interesting that he lines up here on the flat. And that concludes my Galway Plate preview. That is Wednesday's action. I'm going to kick straight into Thursday's action, and that, of course, is Galway Hurdle Day, the very first day meeting of the week. And it's a super card to look forward to too. The first race was a super tough race. It was a beginner's chase. It's a race I'm just going to watch. I'd be interested to see what Pink in the Park does, but after that, I'm not really interested in just enjoying the race as a spectacle. So I'm not even going to select a horse in that race. I'm going to go to the second race, and this is the novice steeplechase grade 3 over 2 miles too. And I like Ashdale Bob here. Has some really nice form over hurdles. Grade 2 winner, grade 1 place. And we seen him the last day winning a 2.5 mile chase around Kilbeggan, beating the company sergeant. So for me, he's a classy enough horse who I've followed down through the years. Jessica Harrington knows the time of day, whatever code it is. Jack Kennedy gets the mount, one of the top riders in the country. And I'm going to side with Ashdale Bob here in the novice chase. Then we're going to kick to race 3. And race 3 is the mile handicap on the flat. 21 runners. We're not short on field sizes this year. Joe Murphy could do with a bit of luck this week after what was a hard week. Gary Carroll combining here with Grey Leader. Interesting that Gary, I know he rides all the Joe Murphys, but when it comes to second string, he probably has, obviously he could ride Joe Lyons' Tough Talk. So interesting that he sticks with Grey Leader here, who's a great servant to Joe Murphy. I think he could be ready to fire in the winner here, fire himself back into winners and closer here. So for me, I'm going to go for Grey Leader each way. I'm not too sure what the prices are at the minute. Probably all even money. Nah, he should be a price each way. So for me, Grey Leader each way in the mile handicap. Then we're going to go to the 355. That is the fourth race on the card. This was a super tough race, and I couldn't find one that I liked. I would like to see One Look bounce back, but it's a race where I'm just going to watch. Yeah, how impressive was she making her debut in the Cora, and then absolutely hosing up in Cork this year. But her run in Leopardstown, albeit she finished 6 to 7, she was only beaten 6 lengths. I definitely I'd want to watch her again. She could absolutely hose in here, but she's drawn 11, which wouldn't be ideal. So that is I'm just gonna take this race and watch it. I'm not going to make a selection, and that is the Fillies Listed Stakes over 7. Then we're going to go to the fifth race in the card, which is the Novice Hurdle over 2.5 miles. Yeah, it's a super race. When I went down through it, I was actually very excited about this race. But I am going to go with a boring selection here, and that is Willie Mullins, 9th Titan, who you couldn't be impressed with this French recruit. His performance around Tremor. One is your light beating 15, 14 other rivals. And Paul Townend sides with him instead of Just for Love, who Sean Cleary Farrell gets in a super ride claiming 7, who should run well as well. And but I'm just going to keep it simple here. I'm going to stick with Willie's 9th Titan here in the Novice Hurdle. Then we're going to go to the feature race, and this is the Galway Hurdle. I had a bit of a brain freeze there, and this is another just a fantastic race, a folklore race that I'm really looking forward to. And it's been won again down through the years. Answer to name one that comes to mind, of course. He won 2 plates, and he won the hurdle as well. As I said, I mentioned about the play, but this is another race equally of importance to the Irish racing calendar, and it looks like a cracking renewal here. One that I've tipped for the last 3 years, and I'm going to stick with here. Jesse Evans, I think, gets the job done. Connor Stonewalsh comes in for the ride. It's going to be a big ride for him, claiming 5 to bring him back to his mark of last year. This horse has gone so close in the last 3 renewals. Second in the last 2 renewals, only beaten ahead by Zarek the Brave last year, and was beaten 3/4 of a length by Tudor City in 2022. He was only beaten 2 1/4 by Saldier when he was 4th in 2021. But I think he's going to make amends here, and he's 4th time of asking to trying to win this race. I think Jesse Evans gets the job done. I know certain people that I'm close to will be laughing at me here because they know I'm probably siding with this lad with a bit of a heart over head or head over heart. But I just think he's got the form, and his prep run I thought was very eye-catching in Leopardstown, and I think he gets the job done here, Jesse Evans. The other one that I think is going to run a cracker, who was a winner last time out and actually beat Ash Tree Meadow, is Facile Mode for trainer Thomas Mullins, who had a winner today with Jamie Heffron on the flat. Jack Foley, young jockey with a great future ahead of him, comes in for the ride here, in off 10-7, 6-year-old. But what he done in Punchestown and didn't get any hike for it, where he beat Ash Tree Meadow by 5.5 lengths, I thought was super impressive. Has some very nice form besides that in his form book. So Facile Mode at 10-1 and Jesse Evans at 12-1. Those are my 2 each way selections in the 2024 Galway Hurdle. Then we're going to go to the penultimate race of the Thursday, and this is a mile and a half handicap. 21 runners declared. Again, it's going to be hard to get the winner here, but one that piques my interest each way. First time in a handicap preparations. Maybe that is after having a prep for this race. Excuse the pun, I had to put it in. And Andrew Slattery trains and young Andy Slattery Jr. rides. And this is a 21 shot, drawn in 12. A filly by Master Craftsman, as I said, making his handicap debut. And yeah, 20-1, I'm going to take a chance with here. You're going to get those extra places again. So I'm not going to harp on. It's very late. I want to get this video out and done and dusted. I've done the prep work in my mind. And then the final race on what is Galway Hurdle Day is the 2 mile 2 bumper, 14 runners declared here. A very interesting race, but I'm going to be really focusing my attention to Vicar Street. A gelded son of Galileo out of Vroom Vroom Mag. Dennis or Derek O'Connor. Willie Mullins trains. Derek O'Connor rides and owned by JP McManus and Mr. John Magner. I think if this lad is even an 8th, a 10th good as Vroom Vroom Mag, you couldn't ask for better breeding, better owners, better trainer, or a better jockey in one of these races. So Vicar Street, and I really like when horses are named well, and it's one of those good names. Many's a night we were in Vicar Street, but yeah, I think this could be an exciting prospect, and we will all be focusing our attention to this son of Galileo out of Vroom Vroom Mag. So for me, I'm going to side with Vicar Street, and hopefully we see an impressive performance. So that is my 2 days of Galway Hurdle Day, Galway Plate Day. I said it the back way around is Galway Plate Day and then Galway Hurdle Day, but essentially day 3 and 4. That's why I put them out together, because I'm not going to be on for the next few days. I have to head away, and yeah, hopefully we bang in some winners. We had some nice winners today just to get us over the line. But again, the likes and support is where it's all at, and you've been great hitting the like button and the share button. So just keep doing that, keep hitting it, and hopefully we bang in some more winners. I will be hopefully back on Thursday night or else Friday morning to do the remainder 2-day Galway. Just 3 days left of Galway. I keep forgetting it's a 7-day festival, and I'm not going to focus on Goodwood, but yeah. Again, hit the like, hit the share button, and talk to you again very soon. Cheers, guys.